Hey, how's it going?
So Britt's back. You know he's going to be quiet on this one, I guess.
No, I'm glad to be invited to this podcast. I'm a big fan of the show. I'm a big fan of you and Jillian. Where is Jillian?
Jillian got a deeper voice and a sex change, and now her name is James.
That's
James,
true.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
You look exactly like I imagined.
Huh.
Can I say something about both of you? I literally haven't seen somebody more attractive than both of you. I love your slick back hair. And by the way, when you light a cigarette, you look just like Topher Grace, and I'm very attracted to this idea.
Ooh.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
How was your guys' week?
Topher Grace.
That's a
Can
good show.
can he pull off the name Topher?
I don't really think anyone can pull off the name Topher.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
My question to follow up: have you ever heard of a Topher before? Because after a second, I was like, I don't know if I've ever heard that name before.
Okay. What kind of person is assigned the name Christopher, and instead of going with Chris, they go, I'm Topher.
No, I'm a Topher.
I'm a Topher.
Yeah. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm struggling to find an ashtray.
Oh,
Ashman.
it's fine.
We'll figure it out. So anyway,
I feel like that was gold. I feel like we could have mined that for hours.
What, Topher?
Topher.
well, this is the part where Britt would call me doing my NPR segment, This American Life with Josh Davis.
Would I call it that?
You did.
Oh, I must have been very, very drunk.
Britt, I can't not help but get you drunk. And I'm sorry, my work emails are starting to set in. We had what is it, the attack again? The
DDoS.
Yes, we had which is the biggest in Cox history.
Nice.
So,
I mean, not nice, but hey,
I
cool.
didn't do anything today. I got really drunk at work, and I had a great time. I actually had a jalapeno burger, which when you're on I'm not going to go into the whole diet thing, but it felt really good.
Yeah, I mean, a jalapeno burger always feels good. It's got the spice. It's got the meat.
You know, best burger I've ever had. It was a cheeseburger, but the buns, one was a grilled cheese with jalapeno,
Stop.
and one was a grilled cheese with bacon.
Why is my dick hard?
You slut.
It was good.
Where'd you get that at?
It was, I don't even remember the name of the place. It was down in Martin City. It's not there anymore. Oh, I miss it.
They probably killed someone. That's why it's not
They
there
probably
anymore.
did.
So
Jesus
Jason, before we
Christ.
jump into this, I just want to ask you a question. So you've been listening to the podcast. I know you're good friends of the show. But what did you think of the first podcast?
The first podcast was good. I liked it.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, though? I want to know. From one guy
all
who
right.
drives a minivan to another guy.
I thought that at times it kind of lacked a direction, but overall,
Welcome to the year of the dog, motherfucker.
but overall, you know, I like hearing you guys talk, and I liked, you know, hearing your opinions.
Mm-hmm. So I haven't slept at all today. I've had 3 hours of sleep, and that's been interesting after doing a job and running off of a friend of the show, Lizzie, was concerned with my heart, but I haven't slept. But the reason was, I think I had a major milestone today. And as Brett can attest, when you came to town, like, you met my group of friends back, the people who I grew up with, and last night when I was laying in bed, one of them calls me, and this has been about after a year after, I guess, they broke up with me, which is kind of weird because you can never think of men breaking up with other men, but it does happen.
Happens all the time.
So they broke up with me when I was going through, I wouldn't say a great time in my life, but I went and visited one of them last night to call me at 11 p.m., and I was laying in bed contemplating, like, do I pick up this phone call? Because I know what it is. It is that male drunken booty call, if the comparison is right. So I decided to go over there, and the man is shit-faced.
Well, yeah,
But
it's a booty call.
sometimes when you revisit an ex, you realize, holy shit, what the fuck was I doing? Things have gotten better. This was the same fucking scenario. And I kind of had a moment of personal growth of, I think I've gotten better.
So now you have the self-esteem and self-worth to say
To not sleep.
nuh-uh. Yeah. But but you went, but you didn't play ball, is what you're saying.
In the past, I think I've always been that kind of person who apologizes profusely. Thank you for being my friend, please, and thank you. But I get there, and this particular individual lays into me. He's like, "Hey man, I'm so fucking sorry. I love you, man." And I go, "Hey, why you call me at 11 o'clock to talk to me about this shit? If you do love me, why do you call me when the other guys have left? Like, I feel like your male mistress, if there is such a thing." And we get into it for a bit, but there is that, it felt like kind of a movie, like kind of surreal, like, fuck you, I'm fine, and you guys have put me down for so fucking long. I don't know if you guys have had situations like this, but it felt really fucking empowering. And I think the male breakup is kind of more interesting than the female breakup, in my experience.
Interesting in what way?
When you realize people who were really important to you or had a lot of gravity to your life situation, there's fucking jokers, or that maybe you were fine and they were just assholes.
Josh, I feel like in this moment you're weaponizing this podcast.
I love that.
Okay.
But for me, it was a very, I mean, this is the year of the dog, so I do feel like that was one of the it was a moment of cocoon for me. Like, I haven't had a moment like that in my life where I realized, holy shit, maybe things are fine, or maybe these people weren't good for me, and that sort of thing. I don't know.
I think we've all been in a situation in our lives at varying points where we are in a social situation where we're the whipping boy or the butt of every joke, but it feels the Jerry. That's a great example. But it feels better than being alone. And I can't really explain that, except we all know what it feels like to be alone, and that really sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how I kind of felt like by the end of the night, where I was drinking and I was having a good time, but I felt like there is such a thing as moving on. Like, I think we all get in these states of minds like, this is always permanent. I think we're always, for me at least, I'm always in a state of perpetual, permanent state. Like, it's this, my friends are, my girlfriend is, this will never end.
Right.
And that's as I've gotten older, I've realized, I mean, this is why it was kind of a big fucking moment. Things do change. People change. And if you get into a state of mind where you go, no, that fucking person is intense or an asshole or a liar, you know, people do fucking change, and they grow up and they evolve and that sort of thing. And it was kind of like going home to your parents and going, hey, motherfucker, I have gotten better, or I have gotten like a step up in life. And I'm all right. And there's nothing more blissful, because I woke up this morning, and this was a big step for me, because I was texting you about it and go, holy shit. And normally Britt is so caring, and like, he thinks we're going to go into like, we're going to meet up tonight, we're going to have some drinks, and Josh is going to get really sad about it. But I woke up this morning going, no, it's fine. Everything is actually perfectly okay. And that's how I knew, I think I moved on with it. Like, there's nothing better than moving on for an ex than knowing it is okay. And that really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps in the whole moving on front to have, well, I mean, you've got another social circle, right? Like, you have other sources of validation now. I
didn't really realize about myself, but I am intense, but not in some sort of like manic crazy way, but like, hey, today's the greatest day ever, and we're gonna have a fucking great day. And ever since like this past year, I've kind of accepted that. Like, I'm a happy person, and that's okay.
You're okay.
So anyway, I want to move on from this mushy bullshit that you guys brought up. And I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay.
And I want you guys to criticize me if you want, but
Done.
But I was at dinner with a friend, and we were having drinks, and she got really upset with me because the day before I sent her a short text confirming plans, going, yeah, I'll meet you at A, B, and C. And we get in there, and she just goes on like, and she starts lecturing me about like, why the fuck don't you care about Trump and what's happening with the Russians? And I just kind of had this moment where maybe it's because I was really weird, and at 18 years old I got really into CNN and politics, but I was like, I don't really give a shit. I mean, I think at this point we deserve what we're getting.
I mean, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, we voted. Like, and this is what we chose, and now we're paying that consequence. And I think this is really going to be a turning point, because I think we're all kind of waking up to be like, okay, we can't just ignore this anymore. We gotta look at what we're doing and think a little further down the road now.
Right. Because it can get worse.
Oh, it can definitely get worse.
I just like having an adult onset political apathy. Like,
well, like, here's the thing. All the stuff with Trump and Russia and the border and blah, 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 it's all very frightening until you realize that, like, this has been going on for forever. Like, at least since the 80s, since Reagan. It's definitely been happening. It's just been a little more hidden. Not quite as easily traceable.
Well, Britt texted me the other day. He's just like, I'm so tired of politics. I don't think it's politics anymore. I just think this is... Every empire falls. And I don't know. I don't even really care about even any of that, or like the knowledge of knowing what's happening. I just fucking want to have a good time, and I don't really care about if a year from now we become Russians. I really don't give a fuck that we're fucking it doesn't matter for whatever. Like, you know what I really want to do, guys? I just want to hang out with you guys, have some drinks, hang out with my coworkers, have a good job, have sex with my friend across the street, and that's it. And I don't like, there's that episode of Home Movies where he wants to stop shooting movies and just hang out with people and just fucking make he's doing like some sort of derby where like boys start derby where they're putting wooden cars and how they race and that sort of thing. 21-year-old version of me when I was a vegan would have really gotten fucking angry about what I just said. I just don't give a shit anymore. Like, it's whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I don't. And 40% of this fucking country wants it, so let them have it. And the rest of the world will be fine. There's going to be more progressive countries. Like, there was a British Empire. There was a Roman Empire. There's an American Empire. But isn't it okay if we're just number 2 or number 3 and now we're just the joke? We voted for it, right? I mean, who cares anymore? Can I see some nachos? Can I see some nachos and have a beer, please? Please and thank you.
This sounds very fatalistic, especially considering the fact that, like, voting is what, like 2 days a year, 3-4 days a year.
There are more, but
yeah, depending how far do you.
Mainly.
I mean, if you want to be like Leslie Knope style, I mean, what's a month?
Dude, I feel like I've voted for the streetcar like 1 billion times this year.
And I voted for penguins. That's all I wanted. That's the past, and I got some penguins. Am I okay? Like, I mean, what do you guys? Do you actually? We're older people here. In the later 30s, early 30s.
Early 30s.
Does it matter?
Later 30s.
Does it really matter?
What are you talking about? Of course it matters. This is where we live.
Yeah, I would say it does matter because it does affect our lives, but I will stipulate that with the only reason that I keep up with it is because when it comes time to start throwing bricks and setting fire to buildings, I'm going to be there. But
are you excited about that part, or what caused that?
Dude, James.
just that part.
Yeah. Okay.
James, can I say?
I don't really care about the catalyst.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I just say real quick? I think you would be a great rioter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
What is this? Writer?
Rioter.
Okay, rioter.
Rioter.
Yeah.
A person that
Not just a
participates.
fancy writer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dispatcher.
Well, I'm sure you can write very well as well, but I especially
B plus.
above average.
I want to keep poking this bear, though. Like, if it did matter, then why didn't any of the millennials vote? Like, and if it really did matter, then why is it? It just seems to me to be a discussion on Reddit, like, oh, Trump did it again. He's obviously Putin's whipping bitch, but no one really cares.
Well, I think that's just kind of the state of our society. We're just so inundated with media in every single form, all day, every day. It just, after a while, none of it matters anymore.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's a flash in the pan for 5 minutes, and then it goes away.
They make it out to be, every single thing they make out to be the end of the world, but at the end of the day, it just feels like noise.
That's kind of funny.
You know what I mean?
Because for the Obama administration, when things like shows like Portlandia were happening, where shows like Portlandia could happen, where things were so easy, we had to build an entire thing about killer bees. But now there's killer Russians, and that's a thing.
God, yeah, dude, fucking Portlandia. Do you remember when it was funny when there was you needed to have liberals making fun of liberals before libtard and cuck. when it was funny just to make fun of liberals in like a chastising, fun way. God, I miss those days.
But this also goes back to, I'm sure we all seen Fight Club. In my opinion, rewatching it, very misogynist, kind of fucked up film.
Yeah.
Well, that
was by design, though.
For sure, but remember middle children of history? Now we might do World War III. Who's excited and who actually wants to do that shit? Because I'd rather just fucking have a beer and have sex. I don't really want the intensity of this shit, and I don't really want to have the conversations with these people, like, in the office from day to day, like. And once again, maybe I'm just burnt out from having these conversations. I feel like the answer is very obvious. It's not Bernie Sanders. That's not going to work. It's just very common sense legislation. But the system is doing this, but we asked for the system, and this is a perpetual thing. And I think, do we just get hard on the conversations, or do we actually want change? Because I don't think we want change. Because think about what happened when Obama had health care. People hated it, and they realized what they got. And then they loved it, and they rioted about it. But not hard enough.
Well, people only really liked it once it was kind of taken away.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
and it was like, hey, this is worse.
Again?
It's just a steady string of better or worse.
Right.
And that depends on our entire mood of the country.
But does it, once again, I'm asking, does it really matter?
So, Josh, it seems like you are viewing
I'm poking
politics.
the bears, what I'm doing.
Well, but
We're on a podcast, I'm trying to get you guys to talk.
Okay. All right. Well, so here's the thing. Politics doesn't need to be a full-time job. It doesn't need to be. You need to pay attention when it's okay. So remember when you were back in school, what do you do for 2 to 3 months of the semester? You fuck off. And then guess what? Midterms. You start studying like a motherfucker. So when there's an election coming up, you do your homework, you figure out who these people are, who you want to vote for, what's important to you, and then you vote. It's not hard. It doesn't need to be a full-time job.
See, I wouldn't even call that out, though. Like, it's DNR. There is no...
Do not resuscitate.
Of course. But, like, there's Democrats and Republicans.
Oh, yeah. That
And if you come to me... I hate people who come to me and go, well, I just like to research the fucking candidates. Well, one's going to go trickle-down economics, and the other one's going to go, hey, I'm a centrist now because you guys have pulled me to the center. But would you guys like healthcare, free education? Just saying. Would you like that? I don't think there is no... It's not... Politics to me is not black and white anymore. There's obviously candidates. I mean, sometimes you have the blue-red dogs who are posing as such and such, and if you have a blue state where a Republican is more liberal, I understand that. But for the general thing, it's just D and R, or D and D, maybe.
So it's are you talking about the whole giant douche and turd sandwich thing? Is that where we're going with this?
No, I'm going like I always find it suspect, and I think they're regurgitating something their dad or their mother said about researching candidates and getting an objective opinion. When to me,
at the end of the day, they're just going to vote Republican because they're from, a farming town.
Exactly.
Right?
But we know where the parties stand, and we've never been so fucking divided. I mean, have you read? I read an article, I know, on NPR. Sorry, but about how Republicans have fantasies. They did a study about Republicans have fantasies about killing liberals with their guns because now we're monsters, and to us, we're there. And maybe I'm just being a dick, but it's kind of true that Republicans are usually not the most well-educated people. I mean, you look at red states are usually the lowest educated.
There does seem to be a strong correlation between education level and party line.
Right.
Yeah.
Typically, the more educated people tend to be Democrats because, we think people should have rights and, health care. But
how passionately do both of you feel about this? Like, what makes you guys happy? Is it thinking about who's going to win the midterm election, or is it hanging out with your girlfriends or your friends, getting fucked up on a podcast on a Friday night? What makes you actually happy? That's what I'm asking nowadays, because I've been really, really reconsidering all this shit lately. Like, not that I don't care. It's just, I think when it gets down to it, I think politics has become some of this ugly fucking Frankenstein monster that who wants to actually even touch it anymore? I say let the chips fall where they may. Not to quote Fight Club. But I think maybe it's time for us to wake the fuck up, and maybe Putin running this country for a bit might wake us the fuck up. Now, that comes up from an upper middle class guy who's had a nice salary, but I'm just, once again, poking the bear. I just want to see what you guys say.
You're so jaded and cunty right now. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I'm just happy.
Oh, you're so happy.
I
Look
am
at
happy.
you.
The happiest
You're
cynic.
just happily giving up. Just happily
I'm
succumbing.
not giving up, but every time I hear somebody walk around who is 23 and said, if we just would have had Bernie Sanders instead of Hillary, I'm just like, you're a fucking moron, and seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no reality in politics. Everybody thinks politics is some sort of like, oh my god, it happened overnight. Politics is a game of inches. Over years. You get some... Barack Obama proved this. It's a little by a little. We're not in the 1960s anymore, buds. Everything is... Every little victory we get as Democrats is a small little fucking thing. And we're also not willing to accept the fact that Democrats suck. We infight and go, oh, Bernie Sanders over fucking Hillary, while Republicans go, he grabbed by the pussy, and no one's going to hold him accountable about that. How about we become more tribal? How about we fucking get our shit together and win a fucking election instead of going, let's infight about who can raise their hand right now on the fucking Wall Street movement. Fuck that. I care about winning, and I'm so fucking tired of... I love liberalism because it's the most empathetic fucking party, but at the same time, seriously, stop being such pussies. Let's win some fucking elections. Become men and women, which are probably, in my opinion, stronger because I saw Hillary.
And women.
So the Hillary bit, that makes me win.
You did it. Josh, I'm very confused because you're on one hand you're like I don't care, and on the other hand you're like I want to win.
I'm just so fucking tired of the discussion. There's no discussion. There's either winning or losing. It's either like for the Supreme Court shit, right? They filibuster this. Let's filibuster. Let's take it right back to them. What I'm saying is, I'm so checked out at this point because the conversation is killing me.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's. I think we all have a lot of fatigue paying attention.
Trump fatigue.
Yeah.
Because every day it's something else, and it's like, Trump did.
I don't want to steal
Trump did something else.
You know, like now I could say they're gonna make half the Grand Canyon a landfill. There'll be a lot of trash. But the other half, that's gonna be cool to see. Where they're hunting in zoos now.
Oh man.
I guess you're right. Like, I am checking out because I am so frustrated. I just want to get a blowjob. I think I just want a blowjob and to have a cigarette and just not care anymore because the alternative of sitting in next to somebody and having a discussion about how we should really focus on this side of liberalism was like, well, as we have this discussion, oh shit, we just lost another Supreme Court judge. Like, it's just, we're not winning.
You know what? Like, what's crazy about human beings, though, is yeah,
I'm good.
Great. What's crazy about human beings, though, is you can want a blowjob and you can also vote. It's so crazy.
It's
like
so
you can
weird.
You can do all those things.
I think day to day, I definitely agree with you, Josh. It's just nice to come home from work, smoke a cigarette, have a beer, play some video games, and just ignore everything. But that's kind of how we got into this.
I'm not saying,
great
I'm actually
point.
trying this for the first time. I'm loving it. Because I used to be, me and Britt knew me, I was that 5-year vegan who was just like, let's talk about it every day. And be that like annoying family member. But
Well-
at a certain point, don't you get tired? Don't you just want to take a nap?
but like here's the thing: you need to find.
Balance.
You can't have the string too loose or it won't make sound, but you can't have it too tight because it'll break.
Oh, goddamn, that was beautiful.
That's why we brought him on the podcast.
Yeah, we got a musician here, guys.
And I don't know, you got to find that right balance between having your time and also taking part in the
Would
world.
you guys mind if I poked you guys a little bit more?
Go for it.
Are you being a devil's advocate, or is this the way that you really feel?
Do you know how I honestly feel?
Yeah.
I'll do both because I'm actually just running the show right now. But
Look at you.
I do deeply care. But as I hang out with, I mean, I love my coworkers, but some of the younger ones, especially on the fifth floor, when I
Fuck those
see
guys.
them
Fucking
talking
fifth
about the
floor.
Never Hillary shit, I just go, oh, I remember my first election, my first beer. And it just makes me, I love liberals and I understand why it's great policies, but just shut the fuck up and vote. Just fucking vote for the girl, because just do that, and that's where I'm coming from on this.
Yeah.
And I do really care, but I just feel kind of like not to be egotistical, but maybe I'm just have a huge fucking ego. But I feel like the Ben Kenobi of politics, like I know it's gonna work, and it's tried and true. Just go fucking left and vote for the fucking person who's less interesting.
Dude, have you told these fucks on the 5th floor that you get a sticker? Do they know?
They have the stickers.
They have the stickers.
They have the stickers.
Well, then they vote. What are you talking about?
No. I vote stickers. I have the Bernie stickers, but they didn't vote. I actually asked them about this, and they go, "Well, I just didn't believe in the system at that point because after she was candidate."
It really doesn't matter if you believe in the system or not at that point, kids, because it's the system. Like
no, you get a sticker. You get a sticker. You can put it wherever you
I
want.
you were talking about the sticker.
You
where
can
it shows,
put
like,
it.
his hair, like at the top is like Bernie, and it has like his sunglasses.
No. It's got an
Or
American
glass.
flag and it says "I voted." You can put it on your chest and you can walk around, or you can put it on your car. You can put it where it's a sticker.
You know what I think though? I think it's great, but there's also people who just like to fucking talk about it and they don't actually care about the issue. Because like that's my another thing. I think I'm just harping on this, but once again, I'm just trying to lead this.
You're doing really good, by the way.
Am I?
I'm
So
really
good.
proud of you.
You're just being sarcastic.
No.
I still love you.
No.
I was being a little sarcastic.
James is our wild card, and I love it.
But at the same time, do you care about the issues, or do you care about being that fucking liberal at the table who goes, LGBTQ, blah blah blah. I know this term. I'm saying no, like being so liberal, but you actually care
By
about
the way,
issues,
the
how it
term was
affects you.
LGBTQ.
I'm doing a mockery of a character right now.
What? But so
Just
what
cover our
you're
bases.
Let me finish. So like sitting around the table and going, but Dad, you're wrong about this because trickle down economics doesn't work because your college professor said that, but you don't actually feel it. You know what I mean? Like, it's more about being right than it is actually, and that's why they don't vote. That's my opinion, because I guess I'm a little frustrated that these people who, at the same time, who are so passionate, do not vote. Like, they found, like, after the day Trump was elected, that massive march, they found about, like, what? I forget the statistic, but a shit ton of them didn't even fucking vote. You don't have an opinion unless you vote. Don't boo, vote.
it really sounds like you're directing this anger towards the 5th floor folks who are like apparently 19. Like that's who you're talking about right now. 19-year-olds.
We're
It's
older
like,
now that they're like 23 and 24 now.
all the same. All the
Look,
same.
you don't know shit before 25 anyway. Like
That's a fact.
you don't know anything about the world.
Yeah. I feel like
You haven't had a chance for it to really grind you into the dirt yet.
It's brutal out there, man, and it is tough. And I remember those days. I remember who I was in those days. You are very fiery and passionate, and things are very black and white, and things seem to make sense. But at the same time, you don't do what actually matters. Yeah, you just kind of bullshit, and it's like this isn't like a systemic thing. This is like a fucking human thing. You're a fucking baby. You're an idiot. That's why I'm saying tell them they get stickers because they care about stickers.
So as somebody who
You get a
works in
gold star.
You get a gold star.
As somebody who works in digital strategy, I love everything you're saying.
Yes, let's fucking do it.
You have to incentivize it.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides the fact you'll get free college because all your student debt that you're so upset about, if you just would have voted for that lady. I'm sorry, I'm gonna
just
stop
could have
harping on the
voted.
lady. I'm gonna stop harping on the lady.
She wouldn't have done anything about that.
No.
We disagree, but
She objectively would not have done it.
Well, like here's the thing. Democrat or Republican is just a fancy term anymore. It's all bureaucrat. Like there is no true party anymore. Like for the common people, yes, there are parties, but once you get up to that level where people are in politics because their father was in politics and his father before him was in politics and all that.
we're way beyond that, dude. We're in extremism now. Those people have been kicked out. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the elections. Legacies are dying.
I hope so.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's a great
Then
thing.
you got Trump,
Well, that's our
and
next.
you're getting more like the. So to really break,
Well,
let's do a little
yeah,
history here.
we're just getting
Remember
rid of the
2011?
legacies.
2011 the Tea Party, which the Koch brothers funded, going like, this will fucking rail it. They're fucking reap what they sow because those people are starting to kick out like old term Republicans. Like the fact that you can start making fun of John McCain now, that shows you where we're at. They lost their own party.
Yeah. See,
I don't want to quote Jurassic Park, but I'm going to. The power is out now. You remember the flea farm? Dad, do you see the fleas? Mom, you see the fleas?
Oh my god.
You see what I mean? Like, that's exactly what's happening. Anyway, let's talk about dating. I'm just kidding. So, I like moving past beyond politics. I like to talk about something. So, Lizzie asked me not to use her name tonight. Somebody used her name. Anyway, it's Lizzie. Elizabeth for long.
What a great man.
So we were sitting there the other day,
Topher.
and she was watching. She's a scientist, and I don't even know what she does. She does something really biological. What'd she say? Biological, like terrorism?
Biological defense?
Biological
something?
defense.
Yeah.
That sounds really fancy. Very smart girl, but we were hanging out the other day, and we were just having a glass of wine. She's like, "Can I just watch one of my shows?" And she puts on like one of those trash TV, like Dating Islands kind of thing.
Josh,
Well-
Josh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you can do that better.
What?
Her voice, you can do that better.
Like we do California? She's gonna kill me. Between the pooping story and I'm never gonna get another blowjob in my life. You
Wow,
understand
did you
that?
just bring up the pooping story?
We're not gonna get into that.
All right, well, okay, I'm sorry, I interrupted
I
you.
mean, it
Anyway.
came up organically.
That's some premium SEO, baby. But she, by the way, from Albuquerque. But sometimes she says that she sounds like she's from SoCal. And sometimes she's right.
Well, we're in the Midwest. They all kind of get muddied.
Sure. So
You
anyway,
sound like you're from the West.
so as one does when you're with Lizzie, we were just drunk, and she puts on her dating island, and my first thought was to just start talking shit like, why the fuck are we not watching Bill Nye the Science Guy? I was like, what the fuck? Why does that matter?
Why would
does
you
it
want to
matter?
watch? But why would you want to watch Bill
My
Nye the
point is-
Science Guy?
Why would you
Something
not?
is
That show sucks dick, dude.
Whoa, easy now.
Did you see
The man is a national treasure.
Dude, maybe
Okay.
like his old shows, but his Netflix
Okay, the
thing
new
was
one-
garbage. What are you talking about?
I like the new one.
Oh, you're alone. You're horrifyingly, terrifyingly alone.
But I had the
You are in
entire
a-
bit about how confident I'm being strong, and now you're leaving me.
I-
I don't know if I feel so strong anymore.
I'm not leaving
Where's
you.
the bridge?
You've left me, okay? You've left me. You've left all of us. You're in fucking Mars orbit with fucking Elon Musk's car, okay? Listen, man.
I can only hope.
I don't believe
Take
that.
me. Like, sign me up.
Is dating Island a show?
No, I think that's just a placeholder.
Is it a placeholder?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
I-
it's
It's
like
like-
shows.
it's-
I don't know. I don't.
Is okay? So
I
it's-
feel like from his description, it's in the same vein as like The Bachelor or something.
Exactly.
you get voted off of Dating Island.
I think I was just most mad because they had better apps than I did. But at the same time, I was sitting there going, and I had this moment of our previous friend, Ben, of like, should I just like do a lecture about how we should be watching indie films about, the next Brokeback Mountain or whatever, about the Jewish person who was sad about the thing, that sort of thing. But
Oh, you're talking about A Serious Man. That's a great movie.
it's one of my favorite fucking films.
I love that
actually
movie.
watched The Diagnosis of the film, but I want to go into about the tornado represent like an entire thing. But anyway,
Oh, the Coen brothers don't fuck around.
Converse are the greatest thing.
They're great people.
But anyway, instead of going to like an AIDS film or like a Holocaust film, like
Wow.
I'm talking about like Ostergold here. But sometimes it's okay to just be like on the Wazao level, who's a genius, because we really want to interview. But I think it is okay. Why get so fucking angry about things that suck or are trashy or what the fuck ever? If you enjoy it, I mean, it's getting older, but I had that moment of like pausing, going, instead of just talking about this and like criticizing and then putting on blah blah blah, like I don't know, like Eternal Sunshine or Lost in Translation or Life Aquatic Disease.
Look at you. So, Josh, it sounds like what you're talking about is guilty pleasures. James, do you have a television guilty pleasure? Do you have one? We all have one.
Yeah. It's mostly just anime. I don't know.
Oh.
I like to just be able to turn my mind off and
I'm so
just
glad you brought that
enjoy
up.
a show.
There's
You
just
know?
so good at anime. Like, there's always that somebody has to level up. Somebody has to
Yeah.
be like, from that point, he gets the shit beat out of him, and
Yeah.
then he goes, "But nah."
Well, and first of all, he's like
That was, by
12.
the way, the Japanese version.
Yeah.
He's like 13, right?
Subs,
They're all
subs.
like
Very
15.
young.
They're all 15.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason that they're all like 15 is it's very heavily like a coming of age in most anime. So like, you're becoming a man. You're becoming more than you were.
Is that how you feel about it?
I guess.
You know,
I just said it.
I'll tell you the other day.
Mostly I just like the battles, but...
Yeah, I was lifting at the gym the other day, and I saw a guy who was like wearing a tank top that says "I'm training to defeat Goku," and I looked at him and was like, "You're never gonna."
Yeah, you're never gonna do it.
Oh.
There's a fucking anime coming out like combining like all the anime stars, and Goku is one of them that like had the fight. I was like, no one can defeat Goku. There's no defeating Goku. There's no crying in baseball, and you cannot defeat Goku. He's a little what fucking blah 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 at this point.
Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jesus, and sorry for our Republican listeners, but Jesus could not defeat Goku at this point.
Goku would tear Jesus in half.
And then have a really positive experience. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, I had a senzubi, and I feel way better after killing Jesus.
Jesus, there's nothing after you turn the cheek with Goku.
Okay, so we have a friend where one of his things was when we'd hang out, be like, can we get some anime real quick? I'm like, dude, let's do that. After that bowl, I will get into whatever you want if you keep me high enough. And I found the formula. It's mostly sexually repressed men
Young man.
Yeah.
and women who just seem very terrified about everything. I don't really know Japanese culture, but I feel like dating would be really hard. Hi, I'm Josh. Would you like to have non-rapey sex? No. Okay.
Huh.
I think bringing it back a little bit in
Thank you, James.
in defense of Lizzie, Elizabeth. Sorry, I don't know her that well. I just met her.
I want
But,
to. We just started dating, but every time I get mad at her, I want to start calling her Elizabeth.
Do it.
Okay.
Just Beth.
Just Beth. Beth, I'm so over it.
But in defense, you know, she does have a
We
very
said we wouldn't use her name.
very complex job. I don't know the details, but it sounds
she had a
difficult.
outbreak today.
You're right. She almost died.
Which I was really mad at her. I know I'm getting a little derailed here, but I kept texting her. I was like, just say it's the T-virus. Say it's the T-virus. So she's like, fine, it's a T-virus, but my skin itches. I was just like, itchy tasty?
It's happening.
She's like, you're the worst boyfriend I've ever had. I'm like, but you love me.
Right, but still your boyfriend. So.
Anal later, me?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
But like, it is nice, especially when you have like a high stress job. Like I was a dispatcher for a long time.
What the fuck's that like?
It's
It's a thing.
it's a whole thing. I got out of it after a couple of years because the stress was gonna kill me. Like I had heartburn constantly. Like it was terrible.
What are your bowel movements like?
Not good.
No. Okay.
Not good. I'll put it that way. Hit and miss.
Kitten. Is that the toilet seat or what?
But like, it's nice to get off work and just turn on bullshit that you don't really have to care about, but you can kind of get invested in, but you don't care.
Yeah, that's my Parks and Rec. I like watching Parks and Rec after a long, stressful day. Like, I don't really get stressed out anymore, but when I come home, I love to watch Andy make a fool of himself,
Right.
and that sort of thing. And it's not important. There was a time when I was, once again, I guess I'm tying it back together. When I was 21, it's like, let's watch another documentary. We have to improve. Sometimes, just I like that. Just watch something stupid.
Right.
But not trash. Once again, Lizzie's gonna listen to this, so I want to make sure. I want to make sure we never have sex again by saying, once again, trash TV.
I think what we all really enjoy is at the end of a long, hard day, being able to sit down on your couch and put something on while you look at your phone for a couple hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stare into the terror box.
Yeah. You're not really watching anything,
No.
but you're on Facebook.
Well, like I do go through phases where I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this show. Like Mr. Robot is one.
Oh, I fucking love that's like
Some shows are worth
There's
it.
a substance show right there.
Did you guys watch Altered Carbon on Netflix?
Holy
Yep.
shit!
Ooh,
love
that was so good.
fucking much. Once again, made me hit the gym even harder because you just see people like that. You're just like, that's not gonna happen for me, is it?
I binge watched that entire series, and probably about 75% of the way through, I had to get up and go to the bathroom, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I just felt like a freakish joke of a man.
When you look at beauty like that, how could you not?
Yeah, he's perfect.
By the way, though, when we make love, I just see pure beauty.
Thank you.
James, you jumping on this tonight?
I tend to close my eyes, but
That's fine.
Just shoot it on my back, buddy. Just shoot it on my back.
But no, I don't know.
Oh, well,
It's-
you bought him for him? What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ.
James, what were you saying?
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, you can't really.
I can't follow up bottom. So,
You know what they say in the podcast industry, right?
are you a power bottom?
Okay. I don't want to. Never mind. You guys feel good? You feeling good?
Yeah, got a couple
Yeah.
beers in me. Got a shot of vodka.
You guys want to get a little shit faced?
You want to take another shot?
Fuck yeah. Let's wrap this thing up then.
All right.
Alright. So I'm gonna say it. And I mean it this time. Oh, by the way, real quick, I gotta do a little plug for the SEO purposes. We're gonna be covering Bus Patrol on Friday. We'll be doing live interviews and that sort of thing. Please stay tuned, that sort of thing. Blah blah blah. Been doing this for too long. Just love me. And by the way, rest in peace, Tyler. I love you so much.
Rest in peace, you filthy dog.
Okay, I have to wrap this up. I was running last night, and I saw a basset hound, and the guy who's running it was, like, really fat. And I was just like, I can take your dog, but then I took my phone, and he thought I was being really creepy by taking photos of his dog. But
Why wouldn't you ask him, can I
Yeah, you
take a
just ask
picture of your
first.
dog?
There's no taking a photo of a basset without giving at least $1,000.
That is a law.
That-
There is a law.
That is a law.
I just don't think there's any science
Trump's
to
trying to
support that.
repeal it, but
Listen,
anyway. Rest in peace, Tyler. I love you. Is this Honey Brown?
Honey Brown.